All right, everybody. Let me try to keep this as short as possible because I'm late doing the review. I was busy this week, didn't get a chance to do it. But welcome to yet another review of the haves and the have-nots. It is the final season, so hopefully the season is really good. So when we left off last season, Justin set himself on fire. And he's all burned up now. And Jeffrey's like, why did he do that? Why did he do that? And, like, Jeffrey, you know that Justin was crazy. So lighting himself on fire should not have been very surprising. And Madison is tending to Justin. He gets some gloves from one of the workers at the restaurant because Justin is just hot to the touch. And the paramedics arrive. They try to save Justin. There's nothing they can do. He is gone. And Jeffrey is kind of blaming himself. And Madison's like, it's not your fault. But Jeffrey did engage Justin far more than he should have. He knew Justin was crazy. He should have never engaged him in the first place. I mean, somebody fondles you in the police car, a police officer fondles you, and then you're going to start a relationship with them. That makes no sense. So then Jeffrey's like, oh, I don't want to see you anymore, Madison. My mother will come after you. And Madison's like, I don't care. Madison is not afraid. He really likes Jeffrey, and I'm not sure why Madison is so stupid, because if I was out on a date with somebody and their ex showed up and just set themselves on fire, I'd be like, I can't do this. This is too much. Goodbye. And Jeffrey, he tries to call Justin's mother. She's not answering, but he did get a hold of her because she's at David's house later. So, back at Madison's place, Colby is talking about how John got rough with him and all that, and we know that he handled that situation. And Madison tells him what happened, and of course Colby has to go over the top, and Jeffrey was in a back room, and Colby's yelling like, I'm sorry that bitch got burned up crispy. Okay, that was funny. So, sorry, I'm yawning. So Justin shows up at Justin's mother shows up at David's house. And she's like, well, Jeffrey called me. And David calls Jeffrey. Jeffrey's like right down the road. He'll be there soon. And then Pearl goes into this whole speech about how Jeffrey did something terrible to Justin. Wait, let me look at my notes, see how she phrased it. He lured him into unnatural ways, and David was not having it. He just detailed what Justin did. He fondled my son in the police car. He stalked him. And Pearl she's not believing it, and she's got to go racist and be, well, I need to get out of here before I'm in a drive-by. And I'm like, it's a wealthy neighborhood. Why would there be a drive-by? Then, of course, Veronica did have a bomb set off, and then she did have David and Jeffrey shot up by a bunch of gang members. But Pearl doesn't know that stuff, so she just was being, prejudiced racist with that comment. So Justin and Madison arrive, and Jeffrey is trying to break the news gently to Pearl, and he's not able to get it out because she's talking over top of him, and Madison's like, oh, he's dead. He's at this morgue. His body is at this morgue. And she doesn't believe it. She's trying to call Justin, and of course he doesn't answer. So she leaves, and Jeffrey goes upstairs, and David tells Madison to go upstairs and be with Jeffrey, and he's like, and lock the door, because we know what happened last time that Madison was at that house. So over at Catherine's house, Mitch shows up, and Hanna was leaving, and she asked Mitch, what's going to happen to my children if your family doesn't protect them. And she's just over Mitch. And I'm like, well, Hanna, you really should be angry with your children, which she is. But when it comes down to it, they're to blame for the situation that they're in. It isn't Mitch's fault. He has put himself in danger trying to help them. And then he talks to Jim and he's asking Jim, did you talk to my family? And they're going back and forth. And Jim he knows that Mitch lied about his family providing protection. So he's that's basically what he's saying. And Mitch is trying to play it cool because Mitch is drawing himself, boxed himself into a corner, but he's trying to play it cool. He's warning Jim about talking to his family, and he subtly threatens Wyatt. And once Mitch leaves, Jim calls him a prick, and I'm like, well, why didn't you say it to his face, Jim? And we know why, because Mitch is a very large man, and Jim was not going to mess with him. Jim has been beat up by Candace and Hanna and Benny, so really, he does not want any more beat. And next scene, we get some presidential stuff, and basically, Landon does not trust Charles's friend because he's making all these cabinet recommendations, and Landon's like, I think he's doing that to have leverage. So, I'm not really interested in all the presidential stuff because it's like, that's boring to me, that storyline. So at the hospital, Wyatt is trying to go to the bathroom, and not have to use the urinal. So he's trying to snow this nurse, oh, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And and then he touches her. When was the last time a man touched you like this? But she's not stupid. She knows what he's trying to do. She just tells him, use the urinal. And then when he doesn't get what he wants, he's like, fine, then get out of here, bitch. And she's like, there's the behavior I was waiting for. Okay. So Catherine calls Hanna, and she tells Hanna, you know what, just bring me all the financial stuff instead of you trying to figure it out. And then she tells Hanna to tell Jim that she sold the loft, and because she has Broderick living in there. And when she tells Hanna that, Hannah's like, Catherine. And, she didn't say anything outright judgmental. It was just her tone. And I'm like, Hanna, just bring it down a notch. Bring it down several notches. And she wants, Catherine wants Hanna to have Broderick come see her. So I don't know. Catherine might make it out of this season alive and have Broderick as her boyfriend or whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think that's a possibility. So this was my favorite part of the episode. Veronica and Hanna. So Veronica just shows up at Catherine's house, and Hanna was getting ready to leave, and Hannah's like, you need to go. I'm leaving. And Veronica's like, I'm staying. Then she gets to talking about how this house was once a plantation and just being real nasty to Hanna. And I'm like, Veronica, you would have been a slave too. There would have not been any difference between you and Hanna. None at all. And then she mocks Hanna for being a maid and talks about her natural hairstyle. And Veronica is completely racist. So Veronica takes herself up those stairs, and Hannah's like, bring your ass down these stairs. And, Hanna has just, and it's perfect for the last season that Hanna has just, lost her patience with these people. So Veronica goes up there, goes through Catherine's drawers and all her things, just touching all her stuff, and Hanna calls the police, and then Veronica wants to be all like, oh, you're being the good help, calling the police on the black woman. And Hanna is having, she slams Veronica's hand in that drawer, and they get into a punching match. Not slaps, but punches. And Veronica can't fight, so I think Hannah's gonna have the upper hand. Because when Veronica got into that struggle with Justin in that parking garage, she was just like windmilling, and all that. And I said, "That's how you know that someone can't fight is when they start windmilling." So that was the episode. Like I said, the last part was the best part. So, and I'll just quickly say this: who do you think will end up dead at the end of the season? My guesses are Jim, Veronica, and Benny. And I say Benny because I think Sandy's going to come after him because Benny is going to hook up with Sandy's ex. And Sandy is a psycho and very possessive. So I think that's what's going to happen. Mitch is also a candidate for someone who might die. Madison, because Veronica just comes after everybody. Um, mm, Jeffrey is a possibility too. I don't know what's going to happen, but so like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you the next time. Bye. Tried to find the stop button. Bye.